Well, she is very hopeful. As you know, we're outside of the Lincoln Hall of Juvenile Justice right now, and that is where the next chapter in the life of Maryanne Godboldo is set to unfold for her and her daughter. She remains hopeful. She says her daughter is in good spirits, as well as can be expected after the ordeal that has transpired over the past 6 months, as is Godboldo. But right now, she remains very hopeful that tomorrow her prayers will be answered.
I can personally attest to the fact that Maryanne Godboldo is a responsible, loving, Christ-centered, spiritual parent.
As the pastor of her church speaks, Maryanne Godboldo is hoping God and the courts are on her side tomorrow.
I would like this to be thrown out of court. I would like the judge to remember how we ended up in the system in the first place.
The story goes back about 6 months and began oddly enough because of something as simple as childhood immunizations.
She began to change her behavior, and so I took her to the doctor and Children's Hospital. They just dismissed the fact that I told them that she had an adverse reaction to immunizations.
But doctors saw it differently. She says doctors wanted to prescribe psychiatric medication for her daughter and have her committed to a mental institution.
I refused. They called Child Protective Services in.
And Child Protective Services called the police in. And after a standoff that lasted the better part of a day, Maryanne Godboldo and her daughter were in custody. Charges against Godboldo have since been dropped, but she has yet to regain custody of her daughter.
She's with my sister in her home. I see her every day. I help take care of her. Once again, I know what's best with her.
And that is exactly what Maryanne Godboldo says this case is ultimately about. Who knows what's best for their child? Is it the state or is it the parent themselves? Well, that will be the situation that will unfold tomorrow in Judge Lynn Pierce's courtroom. We will be on hand and we will have the latest details as soon as they developed online at WXYZ.com as well as on Action News. That is the very latest from the Lincoln Hall of Juvenile Justice. Malcolm Maddox for Channel 7 Action News. Carolyn, back to you.
Malcolm, just a quick question for you. So if she doesn't get custody tomorrow, does she have a backup plan? What's next for her if she doesn't get what she wants tomorrow?
Well, we spoke with her attorney and asked her just that, and they say that whatever happens, that some sort of agreement will be reached to give her some sort of, they're hoping at least, some sort of visitation and a slow process that will evolve, eventually leading to her getting her daughter back. But again, she is hoping that flat out that the case is thrown out of court and that she leaves with Ariana to go back home and live life happy ever after, as they say.
All right,
Carolyn?
thank you much, Malcolm. A lot of people will be watching tomorrow, and of course, we will be following this story on Action News and WXYZ.com. We'll let you know what happens in court.